Donald Trump just announced something that I actually like: $100,000 H-1B visas. I have a degree in computer science from the University of Iowa, yet thousands of other graduates like me are unable to find jobs in tech. The places where tech people like to talk, Reddit and LinkedIn, are awash with messages of people struggling to find a job in this economy. Companies, big corporations, frequently use H-1B visas to hire people from overseas while neglecting candidates who already live right here in the US. It's not about racism or some desire to not hire American employees, but it's a drive by corporations to push wages down. But before you decide what to think of that, we also need to talk about something else that's been bothering me, because I'm worried this announcement is another distraction. Another in a long line of political promises made one day and taken back the next. You heard him say this: "Free speech is back in America." He said this in his address to Congress on March 5th, 2025. Here's the problem. Saying free speech is back is a powerful message. But lately, Trump and his administration's actions haven't matched that claim. If free speech is really restored, then supporting censorship of critics, threatening broadcasters, or backing the suspension of a TV show for mocking conservative figures shouldn't be allowed. Yet that's exactly what we're seeing. Let me show you what I mean. Jimmy Kimmel criticized the reaction of the tragic killing of Charlie Kirk. He said, and I'm quoting exactly, "The MAGA gang is desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from it." That's all he said. He didn't say he was happy he was dead. He didn't make fun of or quote anything Charlie Kirk was saying. He only acknowledged that everyone was in a hubbub about it. But after that, the FCC threatened ABC. ABC suspended his show indefinitely. On top of it, the FCC chair, Trump's appointee, threatened regulatory consequences if the network didn't push back. It's up to people like you to hold our politicians accountable. You should always watch not just what they say they're going to do, but what they actually implement. Politicians love big statements. We restored free speech, we ended polarization, etc., because they sound good. But the real test is whether dissent and criticism are allowed without retaliation. Is there really free speech? Did they act on what they promised? That's when you know if free speech, for example, is alive or just a slogan. If free speech means anything, it has to apply to everyone who fits within the social contract, including those who criticize you. If you claim to restore free speech, you can't then cheer a suspension of speech you don't like, unless that speech is hateful. I talk about that when talking about the paradox of tolerance. Otherwise, it's hypocrisy and the kind of thing people get cynical about. So here's what I want you to think. When you see a claim like free speech is back, ask what's actually happened since then. Have critics been attacked? People without power? Have TV shows been silenced? Comedians shut down? Is regulatory power used as a threat? Because those things tell us more than any free speech claim could ever tell us. I worry that the second it becomes politically useful, Trump will reverse course on this topic like politicians do all the time. If this kind of inconsistency bothers you, tell me in the comments. Have you seen similar flip-flops from the leaders you follow? Let's talk about it. And if you found this interesting, check my video next week where I'll break down free speech as a concept, what it means legally, historically, and why people's definitions of it often diverge in interesting ways. I'm Ryan. See you next time.